Some issues within the gaming environment absolutely deserve to be talked about, and this is one of them. I hope you sit through to the end of this video. It's not long, but I think it gives a lot of information. So in the most recent couple of days, Xbox Live, many of its services have just been down, either completely or in total shambles. As it comes up and down, Microsoft's Twitter account tries to stay abreast, awarding us with acknowledgments that they're looking into it, like people on the Titanic yelling, "We're sinking," as if the ship breaking in half wasn't a good indication it wouldn't float anymore. But the real issue that this brought into clear focus, the issue that Microsoft has hedged on time and time again and never really fixed, is that many people, when this happens, cannot play their games. Legit purchased digital games on Xbox identified as their home systems, getting errors stating that they need to log into Xbox to play them, as if them not working wasn't a clue something was up already. It's the equivalent of not being able to listen to music because your favorite rapper died. It makes no sense. Xbox really needs to sit back and identify this as one of their premier issues, and I'm going to explain to you why, especially as more support is required from their backbone for more people. You can't sit there and tout your numbers and that you have more users and pouring into your games. Xbox needs to identify their issue and take this entire situation back to formula and look at the fixes and identify them and get this working as quickly as possible. Also, this is when they're echoing the sentiment that one of the premier reasons for getting the Xbox is not only Game Pass, but how everything within their system works and selling that ecosystem as game preservation, which I'll talk about in a moment. With more buyers, more support is required. We aren't talking about cloud games here either, or streaming games. We're talking about legitimately purchased digital games, something that really is no longer a problem on a lot of the other consoles for most of their titles. I'm going to discuss this in 3 parts. The first, rights and just DRM as a whole. So DRM to many companies is important, whether it's programs on your PC, a check running on your executable, or disk checks in the old days. Digital rights management. It's still very much a thing. However, if the purchases are certified by the Xbox Store, as is the way that PlayStation titles are done, then at that point, if the Xbox is considered your home device, an important note, by the way, then at that point and from that point on, the DRM should have already been done. That game should be locked to that device as a certified title with no timer for play, and certainly no error message stating that you can't play it. Imagine if you bought a car with a sunroof and they told you that you could only use it when the car was playing a certain radio station. You'd be pissed. I get it that digital rights management and rights as a whole is a discussion that on both sides has some heady arguments. But when it comes down to it, you buy your legitimate title from your digital store, that thing should be unlocked on that specific Xbox console, something that they state will and should happen. They even have the Xbox primary console, something you can tick as a checkbox to stop this from occurring. So when it comes to rights and DRM management, they're really failing here. The next, reliability. Let's face it, as more users come in, as companies grow, and the technology has its own growing pains itself, reliability will take a hit. And this isn't including the reliability of DRMs that should, by its very nature, not have reliability issues. I mean the services as a whole, both internal and external. Xbox Live, Xbox Store, and the internet itself. Not everyone has spotless internet. No company has flawless uptime, least of all Microsoft. Purchases digitally assigned with no online service component should be running fully with no time check ever. It makes no sense, and that feeds into the reliability of the hardware itself versus some kind of unique check between you and the company. It seems that Microsoft is more interested in reliability of their DRM to make sure that somehow you aren't enjoying yourself, the reliability of their systems, or their acknowledgement of reliability issues in the first place. The internet and the systems between them are not perfect. Microsoft does not seem to know this, even though their entire history is software development. The pattern should be like this. Look up game, buy game, play game, whenever, as long as it's not one of those service-based titles. Lastly, reputation. Microsoft touted game preservation, as I said before. When Sony was closing stores and other companies were pulling games, Microsoft was out there stating on Twitter, in different discussions, even on podcasts, that classics need to be preserved. Gamers need to have access to all their games, old and new. Just take a look at Microsoft's massive backwards compatibility program, a cornerstone of their initial success in combination with Game Pass. It only makes sense. But look at their system currently. This thing can't preserve a game more than a couple hours if the internet goes down. No one can promise a server won't go down, that a system for certification won't go down at a later time, that a company won't disappear, that a user can always pay for their completely unrelated internet service for a title already purchased years prior. But let's take the big argument out of the bag and kick the crap out of it. The premier console for the Xbox is the Xbox Series S, at least in terms of sales. You know the one thing that's missing? A disk drive. It could be worse. It could be Apple. If Apple made sheets of paper, each and every one of them would require a different pencil to write on. But Microsoft's touting game preservation at this time. The services that they offer, the very merchandise that is a cornerstone to their market as the premier console, are all at odds with the very subject at hand. That's what a politician does, not what a platform holder should do. At least, shouldn't. At the very minimum, Microsoft needs to swivel back towards this check, towards these three things, these updates, and fix it. Sure, they rewrote the Xbox Store that looks the same, has the identical same store errors, and didn't really fix any issues. But in line with all the things that matter, to me, there's nothing more damning than side talk. And in this circumstance, Xbox isn't talking out the side of their mouths. They grow two more on the sides of their faces, and they're hoping that you're confused by the blather. You shouldn't be. You guys know me. I love a ton of stuff about the Xbox, the PlayStation, yes, even the Switch at times. I like a great deal about these platform holders. There's a lot of stuff that they do, and Microsoft has great stuff that they do. So do the others, but this is not the place where they do well. It is also flatly in the face of the entire situation, the entire front-facing marketing and discussion that they do is in complete and utter opposites with the reality that we're getting. And people are taking notice, and that's something that Microsoft should definitely take seriously. As you guys know, without you, I wouldn't be able to create these. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you like it. Watch the videos when they pop up. Make sure you hit the notify all bell. I hope you have an awesome weekend, get to play some great games. If you get a chance, check out my last video, which was a top 5 character introductions, at least to me, that I could remember at the time, and I reviewed them. I would love for you guys to go check that video out. Peace out. Check out the Discord and the Patreon. And today, a special thanks to our new sponsor. Have you ever wanted to be a part of nerd culture but didn't have the money to jump into the newest graphics cards, expensive figurines, or YouTubers trying to sell you on 3D printing at home where they get a cut? Well, look no further. A company's found the perfect middle ground for people with just enough money to spend, but not enough to do anything useful with. KARAK Crate, where you get a new crate of random KARAK items every single month. Each month, a different box arrives at your door. Spatulas, used socks, my slightly bent and beat up cheese grater, or a cat. That's right, for only $14.99 per month, twice a month, you get a small crate sent to your house, just absolutely stock full of useless bullshit. Each pack is created to make sure that you get at least 4 rare items as well as 4 items that you won't have any fucking clue what to do with. Now, just some of the amazing things that you can get in your new KARAK Crate: a pair of bloody scissors, used facial scrubber, 1/2 of a well-worn jockstrap, and the last ball of lint that my cat coughed up. Ladies and gentlemen, you won't find a better deal for something to make you feel like you're wasting your cash on crap anywhere else. And these items are nice enough to display proudly around your home as a member of the KARAK Crate. Each comes with a stand made of genuine bullshit. The same bullshit anyone is trying to prattle to you like you're a rot-lipped gate mouth whenever they want you to pay for a mystery crate filled with useless shit just like this. So again, try KARAK Crate. For just $21.99 per month, 4 times a month, each month, twice a month, you can get an amazing crate filled with stuff that you will have no fucking idea what to do with. KARAK Crate, where strange comes to you.